Hiya folks, I'm Grim, and welcome to Grim Grooves, a channel where I react to and review music of all kinds. Today we'll have part 3 of our character demos section. Now the first one I did 5 videos, the second one I did 6 videos, so this one naturally I'll do 7 videos. And this, from going forward, this will be my kind of Sunday Genshin video. I think will be a batch of character demos, and I'll continue to add one extra one going forward. So this one will be starting with Zhongli, the listener, I believe. And I can't remember who the 8th one is, but we'll get to it when we get to it. So, without further... Well, actually, if you got anything else you'd like me to check out, anything else from Genshin or any other games you'd like me to check out, make sure you throw it down in the comments. And while you're down there, hit the like button and subscribe, because it means so much, helps the channel grow. I mean, we're past 700 subscribers now, and we just keep growing. And who knows how high we'll go. But it's you guys' support that makes this possible, so thank you. But without further ado, let's check out Zhongli, the listener.
We last left off with ancient Liyue beset by an ocean demon and a mountain dragon. Rex Lapis mustered his adepti to restore peace to the land. They say that before he set out, he spoke these words.
That's a beautiful melody, like just very traditional Chinese sounding melody, but it's really good backing for this. And also the cinematography and the animation seems so much better, like even just in this one compared to the last ones, like the silhouettes of him in with a wallpaper background and things like that, and it's really cool. Go back and get that little battle sequence again. Even this, like coming from a top down angle and showing down, yes, interesting cinematography. I like it. Slow-mo there.
This is an age of gods and monsters. I wish not for dominion. Yet I cannot watch the common folk suffer. I will have order.
That melody we just heard there, I believe, was in part one of the Liyue songs I've heard before, because it does sound familiar. But that was really cool, and the guitar coming in on the music too, like that was really cool. Like it just picked up, the drums started going, and then the guitar comes in for a little bit. Like, oh, that's awesome. Let's get the last 10 seconds of that again.
To cleanse the land and defend our safe harbor. That was the first contract in Liyue. And now, the final contract too has been set in stone.
That was really cool. Like, Zhongli also seems like just a really cool character. Like, you always like that main character energy from a character like that who's just really tough, really confident in what they're doing, and just can always beat everyone else up who they come up against, because they're just such a cool character and so confident, so skilled in what they do. And also the earth magic, the earth abilities seem really cool too. Like that whole meteor coming from the sky was probably his ultimate or something like that. But it was really cool, and the music was also exceptional. So that's cool. Up to the next one. Albedo.
This is Timaeus' newest design. A commendable achievement. 20 more years. And perhaps we can let him make a start on the textbook Sucrose uses today.
Yeah, you guys were not kidding when you said that the quality of these videos would go up just fairly quickly, because again, the cinematography and the animation in this already is miles above some of the like early ones that we saw, which was not even that long ago. So this is really cool. Let's get 5 seconds again. White screen. Nice.
Burst forth.
That was really cool. That whole flower platform, like, is he able to fly on a flower or something like that, or is it just for an attack specifically? But regardless, this music is also incredible. It like almost has Mega Man elements in my opinion, like because I absolutely love Mega Man music and just like the heavy synth and then almost like a synth guitar coming in as well. Like it's really really awesome, and also very different from what I've heard from these other ones. Just always awesome. Let's go back 5.
Moments of birth. The universe. The sable essence of the starry void. Earth. The accumulative memory of time and being. Soil. The origin of alchemy. The basis of all life. Shock. The substance from which primal life is molded. Klee? No, not at the... Crucible.
I love that little flourish back to Klee's theme, like very like whimsical ending to that, but that was awesome. Like that whole like philosophical breakdown he did, like I've never seen anything like that from Genshin at this point, but that was really cool. Like I love elements like that where it's like kind of for me as someone who has no context that like puts into question what Genshin and what the world and what the like how the world works into question just because it's like this character is questioning time and all these other things and seems really interesting. Like I love that kind of stuff, and like any kind of more philosophical, crazy, deep ideas in games, if especially if it's done well, I'm all about that. So that was very very good. One of the more interesting characters I've seen for sure, and that makes sense. Contemplation and shock, so he seems very like, again, contemplative, I guess. But anyways, let's continue. Next up is Ganyu, I believe. Beautiful
Sweet
piano.
flower, so called because of its high sugar content. As a food, it's not the healthiest option, but feasting my eyes on it works wonders for my mood. So, I cannot permit you to trample these flowers. Born of ice and frost. Please don't touch my horns.
Oh, careful. Don't sleep by monsters.
It's awesome to bring in other characters that they've already introduced now into like it's like these they probably know each other, they're friends or whatever, but it's interesting. And the music is once again absolutely incredible. Like the piano here is very like interestingly done. Like despite the fact that these things are all made by the same company, they all have a unique feel to them, and it's probably represents the character themselves. Like I can definitely hear some like motifs from Liyue in this music here, and some style of that. Again, more Chinese soundscapes, which makes sense if they're close to Chi, which is probably also from Liyue. I don't know. But it's interesting to learn more about this game, no matter what it is, and the music. It's just an added bonus for sure.
Oh, please don't touch my horns.
Oh,
Such beautiful
careful.
piano.
Don't sleep by monsters.
Huh? So I was asleep? It was just a dream. All hail! Blaze over!
No ending words. Okay. So I'm guessing that's what I was told this can be at the end, sometimes like an added animation or something like that. But that was really cool. Like that the synth elements there in the last half, it kind of blew up, and I love that how like it can be so diverse despite only being like a 2 minute sequence or like a minute and a half sequence of a song. It started off very calm and contemplative, and I thought it might just be like a very mellow piano based melody, and it kind of starts ramping up, brings in the more again Chinese instruments there with the Liyue like themes, and then now it goes into the crazy kind of electronic elements as well. It throws in a bit of guitar and everything. Like it was really cool, and yeah, I can't wait to check out what the next one will be because these keep blowing me away. Xiao, Doombane, I think.
These are matters for a depth dive. Stay out of my way. Insignificant.
This is clearly another really cool character. Like, just again, one of the similar to Zhongli, where it's just like a really confident, interesting character that also this guy obviously seems to have some kind of darkness to him, some kind of like uncontrolled energies or something like that, where he kind of siphons or uses that for power. But the sequences there for the fighting, like, and the kind of like cuts back and forth as he's like performing his attacks and stuff, that was really cool. And also, this music is very high energy, very like foreboding, which is something you haven't seen very much with these character demos yet. But with Doombane in the name, it makes sense.
The price I pay for eons of slaughter. Ephemeral circumstance, perpetual agony. This is nothing new to me. These severed karmic binds. Disperse!
Very cool. Certainly the most imposing and ominous of characters that I've seen so far. That was really awesome. Like, I love the more darker characters as well, and it seems like this character, from what I could gather, is that like they maybe made a deal with something or someone, maybe a demon of some kind, I don't know, and they're powered by siphoning their own soul or their own energies out or something like that. It seemed like that was that whole red sequence, but I don't know, I could be off base, but regardless, that was awesome. Like, one of the coolest sequences I've seen, both for the combat and the music was also, again, very, very fitting for this kind of music. But yeah, that was really cool. All right, so far these have stepped up the bar quite a bit compared to what I was watching before, like the earlier demos, and we've got 3 left, so I'm curious to see how much further this will go with just how crazy these animations and music are, and just telling the story of the character. It's really interesting, every single one. Hu Tao, I believe.
Hey, you sure we're going the right way? Doubt there's any treasure in this creepy place.
This treasure map's bow ours. We just follow it all the way.
Hey, wait. Did you just hear something?
Man up. You're just imagining things. Huh? Who are you?
Oh, that's awesome. I kind of got the feeling, just based on the music and the style and the setting, that this would be a little bit more whimsical of a character and a little more supernatural, I guess you would say. And it was guaranteed, or it was made verified, I guess, as soon as that ghost creature came out. Let's get the last 5 seconds again. Just yeah.
Who are you?
Quick, do something!
Order of duality, impermanence of fate. I raised this butterfly to guide thee. Ah, yeah, so many droll people. Fatui, not even worth the tease. Guess I'll need to send you off myself.
I'm guessing that this is a Halloween character, and I see Chi-Chi in the back there. But it seems like this is maybe like a Halloween character that they released or something. The music is very Halloween-y, like, especially that sequence we just heard, and I'll go back 5 or 10 and get it again. But it's very, like, Halloween music themed. But it's very cool, too, like, very catchy and very whimsical, which is always nice. A good juxtaposition from the last one we saw, which was just, again, very dark and foreboding. So it was a smart move to kind of go a little more silly for this one, despite the fact that the attacks and the animations are also very good. Yeah, let's get back 10 and hear that little Halloween style melody again.
People, Fatui, not even worth the tease. Guess I'll need to send you off myself. Zombie, you scared? Time to go. See you on the other side. Whoa.
That was awesome. Like, as much as I love the, like, more serious, really cool, like, badass characters, I equally, almost, if not more, love the more silly, whimsical, like, cartoony characters. Because both are good, both are fantastic. And this is just, yeah, very silly, very cool, very interesting. And the music was, like, very fitting for the type of character. Once again, it's always, like, very well orchestrated and curated for exactly what they need it to be. And it just helped exemplify this character and how, like, whimsical and silly they were as a character. And also the attacks seem really, like, swinging a ghost around as, like, a ball and chain or something like that. Like, that's a really cool idea for an attack style. And yeah, it seems like a lot of fun. Right, up next we got Rosaria. Interesting melody already.
Me? I'm just another ordinary person. Church, work, I just do what I have to do. Each of the sisters is worse than the next. If it's not about prayer, then it's about choir or some other thing I'm supposed to participate in.
That was really interesting because it cut to like her being a part of the church or something like that, and the music immediately reflected that. Like it seemed very like regal and like important, like the melodies that they're playing, and again, I didn't even know that there would be a church there, but it just cut to it and it fit so well. Like my first thought when I heard the melody picking up is like, this seems like she's saying, "Oh, I'm just an ordinary person," but I'm like, this feels like a very regal, a very like, this melody seems like it's important. Like it seems, again, it has like that higher echelon of society kind of feel to it, and a religious sect would definitely fit that bill. So this is really interesting. Try and get that again.
Work. I just do what I have to do. Each of the sisters is worse than the next. If it's not about prayer, then it's about choir or some other thing I'm supposed to participate in. I'm trying to stay out of sight. Pray. Not for the gods nor the betterment of others, but for yourself. Everything is negotiable, except overtime.
That was really cool. Like the kind of more electronic elements coming in there near the end, like it was very cool already. But yeah, even though it was fairly short, this was a shorter one, but it was still a really cool showcase of what the character is, and I'm intrigued because again, like there was the whole beginning part where it seemed like they're part of a church, but they're not actually. Like the music seemed a bit more whimsical and more light after that. It was like, I may be a part of the church or whatever, I'm a nun or something like that, but yet I'm not like the rest of them, and I'm like, yeah, just she goes off on her own, and the music kind of jumps up and gets a little more energetic and more whimsical. They bring in the electronic music a little bit. Like, part there even sounded a bit like the last song, where it was almost like Halloween-style melody, very slightly, but it was really cool, really interesting character, it seems like. Just like all these characters, they all seem really interesting. But we've got one more at this point, and it's Yanfei, I believe. So let's see.
My name is Yanfei, top legal expert in Liyue, and for the avoidance of doubt, no one else comes close. I'm fully versed in every area of the law. I'll remind you again, the law can be both a help and a hindrance. Only by adhering to the law can the people solve life's myriad of problems.
That's a beautiful shot. But this just has another fairly standard Liyue theme at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to shift up in the last 30 seconds of this, but it's very good starting. Like, obviously this character's from Liyue. They love Liyue, they care about it, they're working in the legal things. Like, it makes sense for the melody to be what it is, but I'm assuming as we get into the kind of fight showcase here in the last 30 seconds, it's going to shift up a little bit.
Can the people solve life's myriad of problems? Incinerate! Time for your arraignment! Anyway, my point is, you can always rely on me.
Wow. That was awesome. Like, of all the characters I've seen, this probably wasn't the most interesting, again, compared to some of the others, but it was also a minute long, so you only get so much. But creating, like, fire weights and being able to, like, throw fire from your little, like, orbs around you, that seems really cool as an attack style. And the music was really cool, too. Like, again, fairly typical Liyue themes. It's the type of thing you hear a lot in these. But at the same time, like, at a certain point, you can almost hear a guitar in the back, or I'm not sure if it was a guitar, if it was just some kind of, like, bassy synth or something like that. But regardless, it's really interesting the way that they shifted up near the halfway point. And yeah, it was a very cool looking character. Like, all these characters seem like fun, and again, as I said in the last video or whatever, it kind of makes sense. They have to make them seem cool. They have to make them seem interesting, because then you want to get them. You have to do the whole gotcha thing and try and get all the characters you want to play, and it just seems really cool. Like, honestly, any of these characters, I would have a great time having them on my party or whatever, because they just seem like a lot of fun, like both gameplay wise as well as just story wise as characters. And some of these ones that we saw today were really intriguing, like the one that was very contemplative, and the other one with the mask that's very foreboding, and yeah, and Zhongli, who's just a badass kind of thing. Like, they all seem really interesting. Like, every single one I see, pretty much, like, it blows me away how cool these are. And it makes sense. Like I said, they have to be. But anyways, thanks for hanging out and watching my reactions. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe, because again, at this point, I got 2 videos a day, and next Sunday, I'll have another batch of these, probably 9 more or 8 more or whatever. So you have that to look forward to. Until next time, later days, folks.
On the body, but you forgot the mind. Split in two.